And tonight, Israelis will mark the beginning of Jerusalem Day, an Israeli national holiday that commemorates the reunification of Jerusalem, east with west, after the Six-Day War in 1967. To understand the significance of this holiday, you'll need to go back thousands of years to the time of the Jewish King David, who made Jerusalem the seat of his monarchy in 1000 BC. Centuries later, after Jerusalem was conquered by the Romans, the Jewish people were exiled. Though for over 2,000 years, Jerusalem has remained the spiritual capital of the Jewish people. Jerusalem Day marks the first time in thousands of years that all of Jerusalem was once again united fully under Jewish control. Today, Jerusalem remains the eternal capital of the Jewish people, though open for worship to all religions. And on the occasion of Jerusalem Day, ILTV's editor-in-chief Maayan Hoffman accompanied a tour on the Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism. Let's take a look.
Standing here, getting ready to go up onto the Temple Mount in celebration of Holy Jerusalem Day. Jerusalem Day is the day that we mark reunification of the east and the west parts of the Holy City. But unfortunately today, as we get ready to ascend the mount, you will see in future interviews that there are guards and there are people stopping us from being able to go up and to worship freely. Today, the Temple Mount is under the control of the Jordanian Waqf, which means that if you are not Islamic, if you are not Muslim, you cannot pray freely, Jews or Christians. But in honor of Jerusalem today, we will go up and we will silently pray that by next year on Jerusalem Day, we will have freedom to worship as we please in God's holy city. The Temple Mount, known in Hebrew as Har HaBayit, is considered the holiest site in the Jewish religion. It is here that Jews believe that the first and second temple stood, and that, one day, a third temple will be erected. In honor of the 57th anniversary of the reunification of Jerusalem, a group of Christians and Jews from over 20 nations marched through the streets of the city and onto the Temple Mount this week in a show of solidarity with the Jewish state and its people. The march, which included flags and music, was organized by former Knesset member Yehuda Glick. The Temple Mount is contested. Most people are not able to go up on a regular basis. Jews can't pray, Christians can't pray. How do you believe what you're doing today is going to make any kind of difference?
When I started going up to Temple Mount 40 years ago, they allowed us to go in there one at a time and we're not allowed to move our lips. Things have changed. If you believe that you can, in democracy, if you can believe in Hashem, you believe that you can change things. We believe we can change things, and we're here to make the change. How are we going to do it? Not with force, not with force, not with anger, with joy, and with bringing more and more people. That's the way we did it. When I started going up to Temple Mount, there were 100 Jews a year, 100,000 tourists a year. Today we have 1 million tourists a year, 50,000 Jews a year.
Why come to Israel for Jerusalem Day? Why be here with the Jewish people at this time?
First of all, this is the commandment from God, because chosen people will be always the chosen people, and the Temple Mount will be always the house of prayer for all nations.
More than 3.5 million tourists visit Jerusalem each year, according to the Ministry of Tourism. Even in times of conflict like today, the city is also home to more than 1 million people, Jewish, Muslim, and Christian, secular, Orthodox, and ultra-Orthodox. What do you love about Jerusalem?
Well, at least I can find everyone here from every creed and every nation and every tongue, every color, Jews and Gentiles, they're all together, and that is really wonderful. Yeah.
And what is your prayer for the city of Jerusalem?
That Jerusalem would always live in peace, and that her gates would be peace, and that we would be able to come into this place from the different nations and say, let's go up to the mountain of the Lord, so that he will bless us together with the Jews who are in the land.